Now in this video, I'm going to show you the final step of our process, adding color to our character. This will be very simple and quick. We're just going to use a mix of layer blend modes like multiply and overlay to add in shadow and highlight. This little extra step will just really add a lot of life to your character and just take it to the next level. Let's take our main pose, which is the 3/4 pose. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer and put it underneath our outline. And then using our brush at full opacity and at full size, let's just start coloring in loosely. I'm just going to use some very basic colors, nothing fancy, basically something that's friendly, nothing too bright, just nice enough for TV. And we will also hide our gray neutral background in this case and just stick to a nice plain white background when adding in our color. I'm going to stay within the color spectrum of blue, brown, green, and red. I don't want to go too overboard, and I don't want to make it too complicated. Let's use a nice plain brown for her hair. Nothing too crazy or too dark or too bright. I want to bring more of a focus to the ray gun, so I'm going to give it like a nice deep red color. And of course, to complement her helmet, I'm going to use a nice light blue to kind of paint in her suit. This is also a pretty nice complement to the red. Red and blue and brown go really well together. The helmet is the topmost layer, the hair is below that, and so on and so forth. Now suppose I'm not happy about the color of something. Instead of having to repaint it, what I do is essentially click on Command U or Control U, and this opens up my hue and saturation. What I do is, once this window is open, I kind of move around my hue just so that I can try different colors. Once I have a color I'm happy with, I basically close the window and I'm done. Now that I have my flat color laid down, I want to create a shadow layer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to group all my layers together, and then I'm going to right click and hit copy merged. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that layer. Then I'm going to hit Command or Control on my keyboard and then select that hidden layer. What that does is it creates like a marquee selection around my character. Then what I do is, on a new layer, I basically use the paint bucket tool and fill the entire thing black. Then I kind of lower the opacity a little and I start erasing out the parts that I don't want in shadow. This is a very quick and easy way to kind of add this to my character. You can also choose to add your layer into a multiply mode. This is also perfect for shadows as well. You can either lower the opacity or use this instead. Just this simple process gives such definition to your character and really kind of makes it striking and stand out a lot more. This is just simple lighting, but it really works effectively. Once I'm done adding in the shadow layer, I'm going to start adding in the highlights. I'm going to use the same process as I did before by selecting in that hidden layer, creating a new layer and changing the mode to overlay. This is perfect for adding in highlights. I want to kind of give a shine to the top of her helmet as well as the glass of her helmet as well. I'm softening the edge of the eraser brush a little bit just so that I can have a very smooth edge erased out on her helmet. This just adds in a little nice effect and gives it a bit of a gradient feel to it. On a new multiply layer, I'm going to add in a little bit of red to her cheeks and her nose just to give her a little bit of warmth in her face. And we're almost done. I know that this was such a long process, but honestly, the whole thing only took me about 3 hours myself. I know that the process may seem tedious, but it's actually quite an efficient way to do these character turnarounds. And finally, on a new layer, let's add a little bit of a twinkle to her eye. And we're done after all that time. I'm going to kind of just lay out my page so that all my turnarounds are visible next to my colored character. And now my page is ready to submit for television, and it's even perfect for a portfolio page as well in case you wanted to apply to work in the industry. And we're done! I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. See you next time!